got a question for all of you. So I'm going to ask you a question too. We know that Greg likes double doubles with extra sugar, right? But how else?
No, just double, not extra sugar.
Well, for me that's extra sugar. Bonjour, hi.
Bonjour, hello.
Bonjour.
Salut.
Hi.
Comment ça va?
Ça va?
On a bienvenue sur le Punk Latté Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Beauregard.
Beauregard.
Comme tu veux,
Beauregard.
anglais, français.
Ben, ça sonne bien en français,
Ouais,
Beauregard.
C'est avec l'accent, ouais,
Ouais.
c'est ça.
On avait juste pas pensé
En
quand
anglais.
on avait nommé le band que genre on faisait compétition avec tout le monde qui avait le dernier nom Beauregard avec
Ouais.
genre Olivier Beauregard, Benoît.
Un de mes
Beauregard, je
premiers
sais pas
amis
qui,
quand
là.
j'étais jeune, c'était un Beauregard. Ouais. Puis il y avait 2 orteils comme collés, comme pas splittés. Là. Puis il a fallu qu'il l'opère pour ça.
Mais c'est pour ça qu'on s'appelle. Tout le monde a les orteils collés.
Nice! Nice. C'est beau. Faites juste vous présenter un à un, comme ça va me rappeler vos noms, parce que j'en ai oublié la moitié.
OK.
Moi c'est Scott Beauregard.
Oui, OK.
Moi, c'est Greg.
Beauregard.
Je m'appelle Orbison 3000.
Beauregard.
Beauregard.
Moi, c'est Jérôme.
Beauregard.
Ouais, le frère de l'autre. Là.
Oui, OK, le frère. Cool.
C'est ça, on est tous des frères, là,
Ouais.
comme les frères Hansen ou les Ramones.
Oui.
Ouais, tous des frères.
That should have been our concept.
Yeah.
We have time to change.
Yeah, I'm Orbison Beauregard.
There you go.
Ouais, ça prend juste quelqu'un qui vous adopte tout, puis vous êtes tous des
Ouais,
frères.
ouais.
Ouais, mais comment ça va, guys?
Ça va bien.
Ça va bien,
ça va bien.
ouais.
Ouais, très bien, merci. Ouais, je suis content
Ouais,
que vous m'ayez...
ouais.
C'est vous qui m'avez invité, en plus.
Ben ouais, ben on est gentils.
Ben ouais, c'est ça. Je me fais inviter sur mon
Ah,
propre podcast. Je suis
on se
content.
cherche des amis, on a de la misère, on est un petit peu antisocial, fait que
Ah, ben c'est
on
correct.
trouve
ça.
des manières d'amadouer du monde.
Ben ouais, des fois, tu sais, après, je sais pas si c'est la pandémie qui t'a rendu antisocial comme ça, ou c'est un...
Non, c'est un...
T'as un
Tu
problème
l'avais en
mental.
toi.
C'est un oui, des problèmes mentaux. La COVID a juste accentué
Ça a fait
les problèmes.
ressortir
Je
la
pense
vraie-
que...
OK, cool. OK, mais avant qu'on aille plus loin dans les niaiseries, parce que moi, j'aime ça, les niaiseries, mais quand même, vous êtes un nouveau band, ça fait quoi, 1 an et demi, 2 ans, 8 ans?
No, good call. We sort of... On a commencé...
2019. No.
Ouais, 2019.
Autant, ouais.
Yeah,
4 years
2019.
already?
No.
Yeah, because we started... Yeah, so we formed
Ben,
2019.
pour eux autres. Moi puis
Yeah.
Jérôme, ça fait quoi?
Me and Raph and some
C'est
other
7
guys.
mois? 8 mois?
Ça va faire bientôt 1 an avec la formation actuelle. Là.
OK.
Bientôt 1 an avec
Déjà
moi.
1 an?
Puis, ouais.
OK.
Ben, oui, t'es arrivé pas longtemps après moi. Moi, je suis
Ouais.
arrivé après la semaine de relâche. C'est ça mon.
OK. Ah, tu vois,
Ouais.
je pensais que c'était plus tard que ça.
Fait que c'est en 2019, Raph started... You were jamming with a couple people. And then... and I was like, hey, I was his boss. So I was like, I want to join your band. And if you
And he
don't...
was
if
like,
and
no.
He says, okay.
Okay,
I don't have a choice.
This is what happened. So I was looking for a job, and it had been a rough year. So I was looking for work, and I came across Scott's shop, and they hired me, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
And then
Hindsight.
Scott and I started talking, and he was like, "Oh, you play guitar?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I'm forming a band." He's like, "What kind of band are you playing? Are you forming?" I was like, "Well, kind of a punk band, I guess." And he's like, "Oh, hey, can I try out?" And I'm like, "Sure, man. Let's go for it." And then that was it.
So you've been fired and then.
Oh, see, I don't. I actually still think I work at the.
You... you never officially... No, you never officially been...
I love how he's not sure of it.
I'm not sure either. I'm
I think I'm still on the payroll, and I feel like I may
You're
have.
on the payroll, but you've just never been closed out. You've never
Yeah.
been...
I still have the keys to the
officially-
shop. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you do?
I think I
You
do.
should get those back.
Or I may have given back to you.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I need
so
some new
that's how
clothes,
the
so,
band was formed.
No,
Yeah.
you should keep the keys and prank them sometime.
No, you go in and you switch everything around.
Yeah.
Everything's just backwards. So
Well,
nothing's missing. but-
Actually,
Nothing's missing, but it's backwards, yeah.
I actually wouldn't want to do that because the shop is fantastic. It's a great shop here in the city, Clark Street Mercantile. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Voilà.
Shameless plug.
No,
Yeah?
but no,
I didn't
go
plug
ahead.
it, so-
You can plug it.
No.
Yeah,
Plug it if you
Clark
want.
Street Mercantile.
You're still an employee. Maybe you'll get a bonus.
If anyone ever wants to visit me at work, I work at Clark Street Mercantile. You can visit it on the web at clarkstreetmercantile.com.
Instagram maybe too?
Instagram too, yeah.
Mercantile MTL.
Mercantile MTL on Instagram. You can get all sorts of fine clothing and accessories, and
Some coffee accessory to it?
There are coffee.
Oh yeah, we sell
accessories.
coffee there too.
Yeah, we do. We got some coffee. We got some fellow pour overs. We got some Hario Japanese made little kits. I got some anchored coffee.
Oh yeah, from Nova Scotia.
Yeah, they're cool guys.
Oh, and you can also get Beauregard shirts there.
Yeah, and you can get Beauregard
we
t-shirts there.
We sell our merch there.
Very
I just-
important.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's just
That's convenient. Parlant de café, vite, on veut juste remercier Escape qui
oui.
nous ont.
Merci Escape.
Oui, qui nous
Thanks,
ont.
Escape. Merci.
J'ai pas le sac à côté de
Ouais.
moi, de toute façon.
Dave,
Ouais.
un autre Marc, je
C'est
pense.
vrai.
Josh. Ouais.
Ils sont tous merveilleux, ils sont vraiment sympathiques. Le café était super bon. Je l'ai ici, je vais le plugger. Il va être sorti quand l'épisode va être sorti, mais si jamais vous avez la chance, Turbo Typica, petit guatémaltèque, en tout cas, un café du Guatemala. Hein? Super bon. Vraiment
Ouais.
fruité, là. Merveilleux, je vous aime.
You can find them in all your favorite coffee shops.
My dad's been mixing rum in with a lot of stuff. My dad's been mixing rum in with a lot of stuff that he's been cooking lately. So I've been having a lot of flambés and rum-infused creams. And I'm thinking now, after drinking this cup of coffee, it's actually pretty good with a little bit of rum in it.
Everything's better with rum.
It would be-
Yes.
Actually, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Delicious. That's all I'm saying is that it's delicious.
Yeah, it was good. It is really good, actually. I'll take a
You guys
I'll
want
take some more. Yeah, actually.
yeah.
So this is different. Méthode.
First was a V60. This one is Clever Drip. It's like
Oh ouais, non, c'est
yeah,
différent.
the V60s are like classic pour over, and Clever Drip is like a blend between a pour over
Merci.
and an immersion, like not like a French press, but really like
Ouais.
you soak the coffee and then you just filter it like with a valve, but it changed a little bit the body and the flavor.
Je pense qu'il y avait plus de... Il y avait plus, pas de goût, mais il y a plus de complexité.
Oui, il était plus développé, mais
Ouais.
le V60 a coulé vite un petit peu,
Ouais,
fait que-
ouais.
mais il était bon quand même. C'est ça, des fois ça arrive.
Ouais.
On les meurt. Il était
C'est
pas
ok.
manqué, un petit peu, mais ouais.
Ça fait un job.
Ouais. Fait que merci beaucoup Escape, vous êtes fins, vous êtes des amours. C'est
On
rare
vous
que
aime.
je bois du café à cette heure-là.
Ouais, c'est ça, man.
Aïe, 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 il est
C'est correct.
tard.
Ouais, il est,
Ah, c'est pas
il est
grave.
tard. Ouais, ouais.
Ben, pour moi, il est tard.
Mais nous, moi, il est tard aussi.
Ah, moi
Ben,
aussi.
quand des
Je vais être
kids,
debout à
c'est
5
quoi?
heures demain.
Ça va
Fait
être
que,
debout
ouais, ça
tôt
va être
le
une nuit
matin.
courte.
4h30 là, tous les matins debout.
4h30?
Ouais.
Oh!
Je travaille dedans la construction.
Ah,
hein,
ok,
fait que-
ok. Ah, c'est pas les kids. C'est la job.
Non, c'est ça.
Ok.
C'est la... Hey, s'ils se lèvent à 4h30,
Non,
ils vont
ça,
se le
ça,
faire dire.
That's what I was gonna say.
Avez-vous
Ah,
tous
mais
des enfants?
Tu vois, moi j'ai souvent comme une
À part
visite
Raph.
vers 3 heures du matin, là,
Orbison.
un
You
enfant
don't have
qui s'en vient de
kids.
réveiller. Ouais,
Ça
ouais.
arrive.
You don't have
Ouais,
kids.
ils sont fins pour ça. Ouais.
You're the only one without kids.
No kids. Well, none that I know of.
That you know, yeah.
None that I know of. No, that's not true. I don't have any children at all. My only children. No. Maybe one
don't say
day.
it. Yeah.
Maybe one day. I love kids. Are.
He's actually really good with kids.
Yeah, I am.
On a fait un vidéo shoot avec To No Kids.
Pas pour votre chanson de Noël?
Ouais.
Ouais, il y avait
Puis,
beaucoup d'enfants.
Ouais, c'est le fun.
Ben,
Ça
avait
a bien
l'air,
été,
c'est un beau
ouais,
concept.
non, c'est-
Ouais.
On va en parler justement de la toune
Ok.
tantôt.
Tantôt, ok.
Parce que je trouve que c'est un beau concept. C'est probablement une des seules bonnes tunes de Noël qui a été faite depuis très longtemps.
Ouais.
C'est ce qu'on
Merci,
pense.
merci. Ouais.
Ouais. Fait que je veux juste vous parler un petit peu de votre background. Comment, tu sais, pas juste le band, mais comment vous avez su que vous vouliez jouer de la musique pas mal toute votre vie? Parce qu'on s'entend qu'on est tous plus des jeunes adolescents. Fait que, puis la musique nous accroche encore. Vous avez un band, vous faites des shows. Tu sais, mais à quel moment vous avez senti ça que c'est ce que vous vouliez faire?
C'est presque,
Philosophique
c'est
comme
presque
question.
ça que j'allais dire. Exactement la même chose. C'est presque philosophique parce que ça fait tellement longtemps que c'est dur de pour moi, là, c'est dur de se remettre dans pourquoi j'ai commencé, là, mais c'est sûr que c'est pas pour faire de la scène, c'est sûr que c'est pas pour...
Pour la
c'était vraiment
gloire.
c'était pour le drum, en tout cas, c'était pour l'énergie plus que... Puis c'était Metallica, puis... Whatever, c'est vraiment pour l'énergie, le truc, quasiment le sport derrière le drum.
Oui, parce que c'est très physique. Là,
C'est
pas
vraiment
juste,
physique, ouais, c'est un art réflexe.
C'est juste groover, là. Non, c'est ça.
Exact, c'est ça.
Nice.
C'est ça. Puis ça a commencé comme ça. Puis je me souviens quand j'ai décidé de jouer du drum, c'est con, là, mais j'étais dans la voiture avec mes parents. Puis il y avait de la musique qui jouait. Puis j'avais vu un drum récemment. Puis j'ai dit à mon père, c'est ce que je veux pour ma fête. Je veux un drum. Ça a commencé comme ça. Puis,
Nice.
ouais. Mais il n'y avait pas de raison
Ok.
autre que...
Tu te sens interpellé par ça. Puis,
Exact. C'est ça.
ouais. Puis après ça, c'est le voyage et non la destination.
C'est ça.
Cool. Toi, Raph, you, when did it start?
I was 11, so this was a long time ago. And the reason, okay, this is funny. I'm not gonna lie. The reason I started playing guitar, no, not a girl, but
Two girls.
so I could actually talk to them.
Oh.
You know, because then I grew up in the Philippines,
Okay.
and I noticed that a lot of the older guys who played guitar would always have like people just around them, just wanting to hear them play songs. So I'm like, oh man, if I want to be like them, if I want to be kind of cool, I need to learn how to play the guitar. So that's what I did.
Hey, well, that's kind of smart. I mean, you want to talk to people. I guess it helps you express yourself and get to know people and interact with them.
And it opens up the conversation. Like,
Exactly.
You know, like if you have a guitar, people come talk to you and they ask you questions. And
Yeah, but when you talk on a podcast, you have to speak on your mic.
sorry.
Bassist.
But yeah, that's why.
Oh, it's the bass. Oh, yeah.
there you go.
I'm sorry.
I play guitar too.
Hey, and you know what? I play bass, so sometimes we change. So I understand the whole the bass stereotype. I've been there, but yeah, no, that's why I did it. And eventually, I did it enough that I don't know. I started writing my own songs. I started writing my own songs, and well, here we are.
I think that's it
nice.
for like a lot of people. It's just having a creative outlet, you know.
Yeah.
Pouvoir comme s'exprimer d'une façon différente que dans la vie de tous les jours là, comme c'est ça qui est en tout cas ça c'est je pense que c'est un des raisons pour qu'on est tous ensemble, c'est d'avoir on a toutes comme des familles, des jobs, tout ça. Mais quand on vient ici là, les mercredis soirs, c'est pour comme avoir le je parle pas dans le mic, je bouge. Mais c'est
L'aspect
d'avoir
social,
justement le outlet là, le pouvoir tout sortir ça.
Ouais.
Ouais.
C'est comme un drain, la musique.
Ouais, c'est
Ben oui,
Ça
vraiment. Mais
sort
tu sais,
par-
la vie, moi je le dis tout le temps avec ma blonde, il n'y a pas assez d'heures dans une journée pour tout faire, tu sais. Tu veux que ta famille soit heureuse, que tu veux être heureux en tant que personne, tu veux que tes enfants soient heureux, tu veux être heureux. T'as comme plein de sphères, mais à un moment donné, ça te prend un petit quelque chose à toi, puis ouais, j'imagine de la musique. Ouais.
C'est ça prend ta sortie, là, être capable de
Exactement.
faire. En tout cas, sortir ton fou, là.
Ouais, ben c'est un peu moi pour ça que le podcast m'a donné ça. Avant, j'avais des bands quand j'étais plus jeune. Là, j'ai moins le temps, puis là, j'aime le café, fait que le podcast me ramène un petit peu comme dans tout ça.
Ah ouais,
Fait que
non,
j'imagine que c'est un
sûr.
peu la même chose pour vous.
Ouais,
tu
ouais,
sais,
je suis sûr. Puis tu sais, c'est comme le style de musique aide beaucoup à pouvoir te comme juste get it all out, you know? Like
Mhm.
the louder you play, the
Oui.
better you feel.
Yeah.
Ouais.
Exactly.
For real.
Also, well, I also grew up in a musical family. My father used to be in a whole bunch of surf bands
Really?
in the Philippines, yeah, or at least one that I know of. And when I was a kid, every so often he'd have gigs, and I would roadie for him because I'd just get so excited.
Nice.
So I would be bringing up his bass, and I would set up his amp, and that was always pretty cool. So, and then also seeing my dad play up on stage, I'm like, oh wow, my dad's cool. He's not a nerd like my
nice.
friends' dads. He's cool. So that's another reason why I started playing, because of my dad.
Was he a surfer too?
No, no, he wasn't a surfer. He was actually, from what I understand, my dad was a nerd. Yeah, but like a math nerd. So his way of being cool was playing the bass in a surf band. So
That's nice.
so the same with me. So like,
Oh, when you play bass or you play any instrument in a band, you always become just that much cooler. You
Yeah,
know,
just
it's like bonus points.
just a little bit, yeah.
Puis on va parler de votre chanson de Noël parce que je me suis demandé pourquoi vous aviez fait ça, puis j'ai compris assez vite que c'était parce que vous avez.
C'est la faute
des-
à Scott.
OK. Vous avez des enfants, puis
Ben,
vous vouliez.
Ouais, cette tune-là spécifiquement, ouais. Ben, l'année. Non, en 2020. C'est en 2020? Ouais, je pense. En 2020, j'avais écrit une tune de Noël qui s'appelait. Qui s'intitulait The Most Depressing Christmas in History. Justement, de comme. Tu sais, avec la pandémie, tout ça, on était tout le monde était à la maison, on pouvait rien faire, whatever. Fait que, et puis nous aussi, on était un band nouveau formé, genre, c'est ça, fin 2019. On avait genre, on a commencé, on avait écrit plein de tunes, on était prêts. On avait un show de stand-up au Fouf en plus en avril. With Spanish love songs. And who else was on that bill? It was a cool show. We're like super excited. Puis là, mars, pandémie hits, tout était annulé, cancelled. Et on était comme... Ouais, on était piste. Ça, toute l'année, après que ça a comme réouvert un peu, il y avait comme du monde qui a quitté, ou juste, on a perdu le momentum, si tu veux. Et puis, c'est ça, Noël arrivait, puis on était comme, man, it's like the perfect opportunity to do something, and like, je pense pas qu'il y avait des shows qui jouaient encore, je pense pas qu'il y avait grand chose qui se passait en termes de la scène musicale. Fait comme, let's go, on avait le droit de rentrer en studio, fait qu'on avait dit de rentrer en studio. On avait écrit la tune de Noël qui était comme tune appropriée pour le moment. Ouais. Puis on l'a lancé. Puis c'était le fun. Et puis, c'est ça, cette année, c'était comme, hey, let's write another Christmas song. So, like, and it really was like maybe 2 weeks. I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to write a Christmas song. And we're going to record it.
No, it went by really fast.
And then, 2 weeks. Ça m'a pris 2 semaines, puis on l'a écrit. Puis c'était le fun. Puis ça, c'était comme, la première tune, c'était vraiment genre, tu sais, des dépressions, Noël, t'es tout seul, whatever. Mais celle-là, c'était, OK, qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire de différent? Puis justement, j'avais 2 kids qui couraient partout parce que c'était décembre, puis c'était genre dans l'air. Et ils étaient super excités, puis blablabla. Fait que
la joie d'être un parent dans le temps des fêtes.
Ouais, exact.
Les gens de plaisir.
Que t'es un peu identifié.
Vraiment. Oui, tous les parents, oui. En soir, ils viennent pour se coucher, puis là, les lutins, qu'est-ce qu'ils vont faire?
Tu vois, je suis pas embarqué dans ce mode-là.
Non, nous autres, t'es embarqué, puis le problème, c'est que...
tu le fasses tout le temps.
C'est ça.
Tu vois, j'ai jamais embarqué. Ben, la mère de mes enfants me l'a interdit. Là. On m'a dit, si t'embarques là-dedans, je te tue. Fait que j'ai comme fait, OK, c'est cool.
Ouais, non, je comprends.
On fera pas ça.
C'est ça, à partir du moment que nous autres qu'on a embarqué, puis qu'on a embarqué pour le premier, puis là, le deuxième a suivi, puis là, il faut faire pour le troisième, parce qu'il sait, fait qu'on est comme pris pour encore une couple d'années avec ça. Là, on réalise à quel point c'est comme c'est un piège. C'est un trap.
Le worst, c'est quand quand tu te couches le soir, genre, il est comme comme, oh shit, j'ai oublié le lutin.
C'est ça, exact. T'as oublié, puis là, tu dis, qu'est-ce qu'ils vont faire, les hosties?
Elf on the shelf.
Puis là, tu penses, parce que tu veux pas faire le bordel, parce que c'est toi qui le ramasses le lendemain.
Ouais. Exact. Moi, ça commence avec beaucoup d'enthousiasme, par exemple, parce que je suis content de le faire. Au début, c'est drôle, là. On fait des niaiseries.
Mais ça doit être le fun.
T'as combien d'enfants?
J'ai deux kids, 2 gars, 2 garçons. Puis, c'est ça, au début, c'est le fun. À un moment donné, plus d'inspiration, fait que tu fais faire n'importe quoi, puis...
c'est dans un soulier.
Il y en a un qui fait cuire l'autre dans le micro.
Yeah, he's right over there, fucker.
One down,
Don't touch him.
J'ai vu aussi, on va changer de sujet un peu, vous avez joué avec Choke?
Ouais.
Comment est-ce que c'est un band?
Ça, c'était un band, je dirais pas un de mes premiers bands préférés, là, mais c'est un band que j'ai découvert très tôt dans mon développement punk rock. Ouais. Je me rappelle, genre, c'était en fin des années 90, I guess, là.
Dans ce coin-là,
Leurs premiers 2 albums, là, c'était vraiment quelque chose de très différent, je trouvais.
Très technique, très rapide.
Moi, quand j'ai commencé à écouter le punk, c'était plus comme les bands skate, là, genre sur Fat, puis des affaires comme ça. Ça, c'était un band un petit peu différent. La voix était vraiment particulière, tout ça. Puis, moi, je les ai suivis depuis longtemps. Ils viennent de Edmonton. Moi, ma famille, maintenant, habite à Edmonton. Fait que mon frère, ma soeur habitent là-bas. Fait qu'il y a toujours comme une petite connexion au fil des années. Quand j'allais là-bas, des fois, je les voyais jouer. Parce qu'ils ont comme arrêté pendant un petit bout aussi.
Ils sont venus.
And then they were coming to town, and I was like, man, I really want to go see the show. And it was sold out. And we're like, damn. And so we found... My wife, Sarah... plug for Sarah. Elle a suggéré de genre, hey, contacte-les. Peut-être tu peux ouvrir pour eux. T'es comme, whatever.
She's smart.
So anyways, we did. I think it was on Instagram or something. And
no, it was me.
Then you found who the promoter was.
Yeah, the promoter was my friend Simone. Okay. From Extensive Enterprise. And I was like, Simone, get us on this bill. She's like, okay, I'll see. And then,
if you guys want, you can play, but we can only pay you $100. Blah, blah, blah. We're like, dude,
We're getting paid? What? We're getting paid?
we do it for tickets to go. So, anyways, and we had just played our first show
Like 2 weeks earlier,
2
a week
weeks earlier,
earlier?
just randomly, just to like whatever. And we're like, man, this is great. And it was a sick show. It was, I think it was oversold. Le turbo était pack.
C'est une belle salle, ça en plus.
Oh, it was
C'est vraiment
packed.
une belle salle.
Yeah. Je pense.
So yeah, thank
And
you
we had a
Simone
great
for getting us that show.
Yeah, and it was a great show.
Show were really
We
cool.
had fun. They were great.
Oh,
They
yeah,
were
no, the
fucking
guys were really
awesome.
nice,
They're really nice. Really, they still sound like they did.
C'est une chose que j'ai remarqué beaucoup avec le podcast, quand on parlait avec justement les mondes qui ont des bands depuis plusieurs années, ou qui ont grandi avec le punk rock des années 90. Il y a beaucoup le punk rock revient, puis il y a comme un gros côté nostalgique aussi.
Ouais,
fait que
vraiment.
justement, des bands comme Choke peuvent revenir, il y a des bands qui font des albums, ça fait 25 ans que tel album est sorti. Puis pour des bands comme vous, qui disent hey, j'ai la chance de jouer justement, tu te ramasses à jouer avec tes idoles de jeunesse.
Ouais.
Des fois, ça doit donner une espèce de drive, une espèce de,
c'est-
de raison de continuer un
Ouais,
peu
puis c'est
aussi.
le fun parce que c'est un peu tes pères aussi parce que on a tous grandi avec ces bandes-là.
Ouais.
Ils ont tous le même âge que nous. On joue maintenant le monde dans le crowd, c'est justement la nostalgie, tout ça. Le monde, ils viennent voir ces shows-là pour ça. Fait qu'ils ont tous la même. Fait qu'on est comme toute une salle de personnes qui ont les mêmes intérêts, qui ont le même âge, on a tous un peu le même vibe. C'est super intéressant.
Le pit est juste plus calme, mais
Ouais,
l'énergie
il y
est
a
belle.
plus
Légèrement.
C'est ça, c'est comme
Légèrement.
oh,
No more.
Non, c'est ça. C'est un petit peu moins violent que quand on était jeune, là, mais oui. Non, mais c'est vrai pareil, parce que le punk, j'ai tout le temps trouvé, tu sais, même 20 ans plus tard, tu es dans un show, puis tu tournes, tu check à côté de toi, puis c'est les mêmes personnes que tu avais là 20 ans, ils sont juste plus vieux, avec plus de cheveux gris.
ou
plus
moins de
barbe.
cheveux comme moi.
Ouais. Dans certains cas.
Ouais, dans certains cas. Ouais.
Like we went to when was it? It must have been the summer. We went to the NoFX show.
No effects,
And
yeah.
it's all like it was all people our age, if not older,
Yeah.
and there's some younger people, mais c'est pas tout le monde.
Non, souvent, c'est ça, c'est le
c'est
crowd
fun.
vieilli avec...
Vieilli, c'est ça. C'est le même monde, là, en tout cas.
Non.
Pas exactement, mais.
Non, mais
ouais.
sensiblement, ouais, c'est ça, tu vois des...
I went to a show a few weeks ago. Taxi Girls and I think The Lookout played, and there was a lot of kids there.
Really?
Yeah, and they were like I don't know, in Sejap, I think, because they were talking. They were talking about like cutting class or having to do homework and shit. I was like. I was eavesdropping like the old guy at the show, and I'm like
the
fuck,
old
I'm
dirty
weirdo.
guy.
Yeah, it's like fuck, I'm the old guy at the show. Everyone here's a kid, but it was cool because they were super stoked with the music. Like they were dancing, and yeah, they were into every band. And I'm pretty sure that maybe they hadn't really heard maybe 2 of the 4 bands that played that night, but they were up at the front dancing. Like they
nice.
started a slam pit. So I was like, at the same time, I was happy because the kids are still into the punk rock. Which I was pretty stoked for.
Yeah, it keeps its scenes alive, I mean.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got to inject new blood
You
into
need
it,
the
yeah.
kids.
Yeah. Otherwise, it becomes a bunch of old men like us. You're reminiscing about the good old days in the 90s.
Yeah. The 90s.
The 90s.
Ouais, c'est fou, oui, ouais.
Good times.
That's 30 years ago. Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, it is pretty insane. And like, yeah. A lot of hazy memories from back in the day.
My best memory from the 90s is when I went to Japan and recorded an album. And I was a pop star for a little bit when I was 15. No, I'm kidding. Joking.
Oh, j'ai cru.
He looks like a
believed
pop
you.
star.
Yeah, you got to go like 50%. Like half is real, half is, made up. It's not his fault.
Well, that was a thing that me and my friends used to do when I moved to Vancouver. We used to go out and we used to pretend, we used to take on different personas whenever we went out to the bar. And a favorite one was that we were a boy band. And we used to try and convince people that we had a single from 1994 when we were 15 because we were a short-lived boy band. I think we were called End Together now or something. I'm not really sure. We might have named ourselves after a song.
Isn't there a band called In Together?
I think there's a Limp Bizkit song called End Together now.
No, I think there's actually like a band In Together. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was in that one. That was me.
Yeah, there was a TV show and stuff.
Yeah, that was me back when I was 15.
I don't remember there being an Asian guy in there, but okay.
No, I had blonde hair.
Oh, that might be it. Yeah.
That was a style back then. I had baggy
it's
pants.
before your nose job.
He was photoshopped.
Yeah, they photoshopped me, and it was great. So we used to pretend to be in a boy band, and so that's where I got the whole thing.
That's nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, but which one were you though? Like this is important.
Oh, I was the talented
Like
one.
the heartthrob, the one they could sing, the way too old
the talented
guy.
ugly one.
Yes,
You
that's exactly
always
what I
have
was,
the,
Scott.
the way
Yeah.
too old guy.
Yeah, that's it.
I was-
you have the young guy, like the heartthrob that every girl wants.
And then there's the one that can actually sing.
He was
and
the
he's
Asian.
not
I
there
mean-
for the.
Yeah.
He was
Right.
the Asian,
I was the talented Asian guy.
Yeah.
talented Asian guy.
I believe that my title at the time was Johnny Chang, Master of the Mystic Arts. I was a wizard. Oh. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Because I do have a whole bunch of different personas. Johnny Chang was one of them. I
But
shouldn't
I
have said that
digress.
out loud.
Je me sens. I wouldn't have said that.
Ton
'cause-
éditeur, il est bon, hein? Il va être capable
Oui.
de comme couper tout ça. Hein?
Non, on regarde tout. On fait pas de, on fait pas de
Ok.
montage. On coupe le début, la fin, il n'y a pas de montage. On regarde tout.
Tout, OK,
Tout,
great,
tout,
great.
tout.
Ouais.
Ouais, non, c'est.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys.
This is what happens when you give me coffee in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the reason why, yeah. This is why I'm saying these things.
No, actually, toujours comme ça. You're always like that. I'm
Ben-
telling you. I'm telling you.
Thanks, buddy.
En même temps, ça fit avec la vibe punk rock. I mean,
Ben, justement,
Sure.
tu sais, c'est ça, on fait ça pour le fun. Fait que
Ouais.
si on niaiserait pas, ça serait pas le fun. Là. Je pense que, en tout cas, pour moi, une partie qui rend ça agréable, c'est justement quand on fait des niaiseries. You know?
oui.
Tu sais, on peut être immature en dedans de ces 4 murs-là. Là. C'est ça. Leave your maturity at the
Tu veux
door.
dire que t'es pas toujours comme ça?
Je suis sérieux des fois. Comme au travail, ça m'arrive d'être sérieux. De temps en temps.
Yeah.
Ouais.
Vous avez quand même l'air d'un band qui est organisé. Vous avez quand même un pad pour vos brouillons.
Non, ça c'était pas à
Ben-
nous, ça c'était au studio.
Ah!
Malheureusement.
Je pense qu'il y en
On
a
pas de pad.
certains d'entre nous qui sont plus organisés que d'autres. Là. Ouais.
Ben, c'est sûr que ceux avec des kids
Ouais.
qui sont plus organisés que
Ouais,
ceux
mais
qui
je
sont
penserais
pas.
à toi, vu que t'as une business, peut-être. Toi, je me disais,
Ouais.
peut-être le gars, il est plus
Peut-être.
roundé un peu.
Peut-être.
Toi,
Pas le
non,
choix.
clairement pas. Toi aussi, t'as l'air assez.
Non, moi, je me laisse porter par Scott.
Ah, ok,
puis,
ok. Ok.
je me laisse organiser.
Ah, c'est correct. Ben,
Non,
écoute,
t'es
c'est
beaucoup
bon.
plus
ça.
organisé que moi, Jérôme.
You look like you have something to say, Greg.
Non, je veux juste pas oublier de tenir le micro puis pas.
Puis là, vous avez des chansons qui sortent bientôt?
Ouais, fait que.
Ça sort quand? Parce que tu me les as envoyées.
Ça sort quand? C'est une bonne question, je sais pas.
Ok, je les ai écoutées.
Bientôt.
Puis elles sont vraiment bonnes.
Ah, thanks.
J'ai une petite préférée, mais elles sont vraiment toutes bonnes. Ouais.
C'est quoi ton
Je
préféré?
pense que c'est Voices, le titre.
Ah, celui-là.
C'est celle-là.
Ça, c'est.
sont là.
Voices, c'est la
Celle-là, là.
c'est la toune de Noël qu'on a
Ah ouais?
réécrit les paroles parce qu'on voulait
On
pas
voulait une
avoir
version
juste des tounes de
pour,
Noël.
Mais je sais pas, j'ai
Ah,
l'impression
c'était drôle.
qu'il y avait une petite vibe un peu Lawrence Arms dedans. Je sais pas.
Peut-être, ouais.
Mais-
C'est drôle, non? On se fait dire des fois, genre, ouais, vous avez une vibe ça ou ça, mais
Ouais.
moi,
Mais encore,
pas que
c'est
je le
bien
vois pas,
personnel
mais
à chacun
il y a
aussi.
ouais,
tu sais,
c'est
c'est.
ça.
Ouais.
je pense que. Puis c'est ça, quand on regarde, genre, les tunes qu'on joue, genre notre setlist, tout ça, on est quand même assez varié
Oui.
dans le
spectre
le
du
genre
punk,
ou le sub-genre
Ouais.
punk qu'on joue.
Mais
des
tout
fois,
se dit, il y a quand même une cohérence, mais tu sais, on voit que vous vous amusez quand même.
Ah, c'est aucunement forcé, là. C'est vraiment, ça arrive comme
honnêtement,
ça.
c'est
puis
ça, ouais. Tu sais, on peut jouer une chanson plus rock and roll ou like we can even play like more doomy like
doom
songs,
Yeah.
and then throw in a little poppy punk one or skate punk one here and there. Like I think for us, the most important thing is the song is good. It has a good melody to it.
And maybe it's the thing when you're older, more mature, and you've been playing music for long enough, you know what you like, and you don't.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't just like think, I don't want to do that. You're more open, more like.
Ça, on est comme pas
That
obligé de
and
fitter dans
Ouais.
une boîte punk rock. Là, tu sais.
Exactement,
on est
oui.
style de punk là, puis c'est juste
Ouais.
ça qu'on fait.
Je pense que ça fait que la chimie est meilleure, puis il y a moins de chicanes, des fois peut-être dans
Exact.
le band aussi. Tu gardes ça plus pour le fun. Je me rappelle, vraiment mon expérience personnelle. Là. On avait un band, puis non, ça s'est séparé, puis j'ai l'impression que à y repasser, c'était un peu de ma faute. Parce que je mettais de la pression, t'as un band vraiment plus hardcore, puis là, on cherchait un peu notre chemin. Un peu punk, mais pas trop métal. Puis là, c'est comme, on voulait comme trop se mettre dans une boîte, que maintenant, on a juste comme oublié le fun. Puis je pense que c'est pour ça que l'intérêt de chacun a comme fait.
Ouais, puis c'est un peu, je veux dire, le but un peu du band, c'est d'avoir du fun. Fait que
Ouais.
c'est peut-être ça aussi. On n'est pas ici pour devenir des millionnaires. Fait que on est moins genre, tu sais, whatever, just play if it sounds good.
Ben,
If
bien,
it's
c'est
fun to
important,
play,
c'est cool.
let's
C'est
go.
vraiment, il n'y a pas de pression, il n'y a
Non,
pas de
non,
pression,
non.
puis zéro prétention non plus. Là, fait que ça sort comme. Puis c'est ça. Le
Si
fait-
nos,
ça-
4-5 followers sur Instagram n'aiment pas la tune, mais fuck them, who cares?
Ben oui, c'est, oui.
all for them.
C'est bon ça. Puis y a-tu des shows qui s'en viennent bientôt?
Ouais, mais justement, potentiellement, on va jouer le 16 mars.
Hey, c'est la journée de ma fête.
Ah, ouais, les gars, on joue pour
Ouais.
ta fête.
Cool.
Yes. Sorry, c'est une surprise. Ta blonde nous a appelé, mais...
Bonne fête!
Merci.
Ouais.
Ben, l'épisode il sera pas sorti le 16 mars, je crois.
Ben, ouais.
Non, c'est bientôt, c'est dans 2... Non, ça sera pas
Ouais,
sorti.
c'est
ça va
bientôt.
après.
Fait que, potentiellement, honnêtement, on vient de, genre, peut-être le booker aujourd'hui ou hier. Fait que, don't know yet if it's gonna happen or not. If not, ben, on va être à Pouza
OK,
cette
ouais.
année.
Cool. C'est le fun, ça.
Ouais, ils ont
Jouer à
parlé.
Ottawa aussi avant, je pense.
On va peut-être jouer à Ottawa.
Ça, c'est moins le fun,
avant.
Ottawa, un peu.
Ben, pour moi, c'est le fun. C'est à côté de chez nous.
OK. Ah ouais?
Ouais,
Peut-être
ben,
chez vous.
Je reste dans l'ouest, là, à Saint-Clette, beau petit village. Ouais, quand tu me regardes de même Saint-Lazare,
parce
ça
que-
te dit quelque chose?
Oui, parce que moi, j'imagine, parce que tu descends à Montréal pour jammer, t'es motivé.
Oui,
Ouais, hein,
non, je fais
c'est qu'on
beaucoup
se
de
dit.
millage. Mais
Ben-
tu sais, je travaille à Montréal aussi.
Ah,
fait
ok,
que,
ok. Ben, j'ai déjà jammé à Sainte-Adèle, puis je restais sur la rive sud de Montréal. Fait que-
Ah, ok, ben,
Ok.
avant, je jamais à la Valtrie avec un de mes anciens bands. Ouais, c'était
ouais,
2 heures, 1h30, 45.
Ok.
On va venir chez nous après les jams, là.
Je reconnais le The Dedication.
Ouais, Dedication, exactement.
Ouais. Wow.
Surtout qu'on n'était pas capable de garder un guitariste. Non, c'était comme un nouveau guitariste continuellement. Là, fait que c'était bass drum quasiment le port du temps. Ouais, oui.
OK. Ben,
So yeah, so show Pouza. Sometime in March, maybe a show before Pouza as well. Just you know.
Maybe one in Ottawa in May.
Yeah, one in Ottawa, maybe.
One in Ottawa,
There's
one
like
May.
a pre-Pouza, a couple of pre-Pouza shows that might be happening in Ottawa in May. So might do that, and then we got 3 songs coming out. We're just waiting on the artwork for the first one, and once that's done, we'll release it. So that should be in the next couple weeks, and then a couple weeks after that, the next one, and a couple weeks after that, the next one. So.
Oh, and in terms of shows too, there's that show in your backyard, right?
In my backyard?
Yeah, when it warms up a little bit.
Maybe.
We're playing a
Sure,
big
why
show.
not?
Everyone's invited to Scott's house,
Yeah.
FYI, and when
on
the
va
snow
dropper,
melts.
I'll drop the address.
Yeah,
What's
put
the
it on
address
the
again?
bottom
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so everyone's invited.
Sure, yeah, why not?
Bring as many friends as you can. The more, the merrier.
On aimerait vraiment faire ça, un show dans un genre. J'habite dans le plateau,
OK.
puis genre, tu sais, les allées dans le backyard, genre un peu
Ouais.
comme le Porch Fest à
Si les
NDG
voisins sont
et tout ça.
d'accord.
Ah, nous, honnêtement, ma rue est vraiment cool.
OK.
Tous les voisins, c'est des musiciens.
Nice.
Fait qu'on a déjà fait ça, puis j'ai une couple de. Un voisin, justement, qui ont des kids, puis leurs kids sont comme des musiciens fantastiques aussi, puis ils sont tous dans comme des gros bands. Fait que avant la pandémie, on faisait justement une fois par année un espèce de gros concert
Nice.
dans l'allée. C'était plutôt acoustique, là. Fait que si on arrive là avec.
Quand même.
Ça va être fort, mais whatever. Don't care.
Tu vois, quand j'étais jeune, on avait essayé ça. Ça a pris 5 minutes, puis la police est venue nous arrêter. Ouais, 5 minutes.
Ouais.
Oh, you worried about the police? Nah. No, they'll be
It's
okay.
not punk. Come on.
They can rock out with us, right?
But they didn't arrest us. They just made us bring all the gear back inside and promise not to do it again.
Oh, okay.
I think
Ouais,
your problem is you probably did it at like.
C'est un
11
classique
o'clock
des
at
années
night, right?
90.
Non. C'est ça, c'était des années 90 quand on était
Oh, ouais.
jeunes. Là, ouais. Non, c'était l'après-midi. Là, c'était pas si pire, me semble. Là.
Ouais, mais je me rappelle quand j'étais kid, écoute, j'avais 10 ans, puis mes voisins d'en face, ils étaient plus vieux, puis ils étaient sortis 2 gars, ils jouaient avec leur kid, ils jouaient du Bad Religion, mais tu sais, tout croche, puis mon père avait appelé la police, puis là, moi, je trouvais ça, ça n'a pas de sens, ça, puis j'avais appelé la police, moi aussi. Puis le policier m'a dit, oui, madame, on s'en occupe. Fait que j'ai comme juste raccroché, j'ai fermé ma gueule, je n'appelle plus jamais la police pour ça, tu sais. Moi, je me suis senti mal, puis là, aujourd'hui, je me trouve con parce que Bad Religion, j'aime ça.
Ben, there you go. Ben, c'est parce qu'il jouait mal.
Il jouait mal. Fait que
Ouais,
t'aurais
peut-être,
peut-être
oui.
fait de quelque chose de bien pour la société. Là.
Il jouait genre American Jesus.
Parce que
comme-
peut-être un jeune aurait entendu ça puis aurait fait comme ouais, c'est donc bien mauvais puis il aurait jamais écouté Bad Religion. Fait que t'as peut-être fait une bonne chose. Ouais.
Mais quand je me suis fait traiter de malade par avec ma petite voix là, de 8 years
De
old,
madame,
là.
ouais.
Hey, je joue de la musique là, faudrait leur dire d'arrêter.
T'étais la vieille madame avec 5 chats.
Ouais,
puis-
j'étais comme une Karen des années 90. Ouais, c'était un moment glorieux. Puis là, on va jaser de café un petit peu parce qu'on a bu
Yeah,
du café.
all right.
Est-ce que c'est quelque chose pour vous, le café, tu sais, qui est comme dans votre routine, votre daily routine?
Yes.
Moi, je suis vraiment fucking plate côté café. J'ai-tu le droit de sacrer?
Oui, t'as
c'est
le
fait,
droit de
ok,
dire
good.
des gros mots.
Non, c'est ça, je suis vraiment plate. Moi, genre, café Tim Hortons, là,
Greg,
ça
I
fait
used
mon
to like
bonheur.
des Tim Hortons,
Non, mais
ouais,
c'est-
des cafés Tim Hortons.
C'est
puis
triste.
Je suis
No
plate de
coffee
même.
shame, c'est correct, c'est
ça me-
correct.
Tu sais, un grand 2-2, là, tu fais mon bonheur. Je suis un cheap
Oh,
date.
double
Okay.
too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
ouais.
why don't you just drink a glass of milk? Sugar milk. There's no coffee in there.
You know what? There's no
It's
judgment.
like that much coffee and like
There's
that
no-
much cream and that much sugar. It's fine.
There's no judgment here, Scott. I mean, like,
No,
There's
I'm
no
judging.
judgment,
I'm
but
judging, sorry.
lots of judgment. I'm,
Well,
I'm
not-
feeling very judged right now.
Not for me. My favorite way of drinking or preparing coffee is the French press.
OK?
Once again, my father comes into play. My father's a big coffee drinker. And so I grew up with seeing him drink coffee all the time, and I wanted to try it. And one day he came home with this big, crazy glass jar with like a pump on it. And I'm like, what the heck is that? He's like, it's a French press. I'm like, what's it for? We're making coffee. I'm like, really? Is it any good? And he told me it's the best way to drink coffee. So
He's not wrong. He's not right, but he's not wrong.
yeah, exactly. It's not. I mean, I found other ways that I like coffee,
Yeah.
but I think my favorite way to prepare and then drink coffee is through the French press.
It's a really lovely way. It's an easy way. It makes a really good cup of coffee. And after that, it's just a question of taste.
I
Because
think it's a good afternoon coffee. Because
Yeah.
it's a little bit like mellower. And it's not.
more body because
There's
the
all the
filter
oils,
is
right?
also like a mesh. So you've got more oil and
Yeah.
like
It's chunkier.
I don't know how to say that in English, but more like residue in the coffee.
Well,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's more body. It's less clean than a V60, but it's really good.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love French press. Like I remember there was a point in my life where I was drinking a lot of. This is the coffee at 7 in the evening. I was drinking a lot of coffee, and I would be drinking like maybe like 5 or 6 French presses, like pots a day. Like
That's
full,
a lot.
Like
Yeah.
a full like liter.
Yeah.
French press or
This-
the
this
small
is-
one.
Okay, so there was a period in my life when I was unemployed for quite a bit of time. So a lot of time was spent, looking for work or drinking coffee and playing video games.
Video games.
So yeah, so that would explain why I went through like 5-6 pots of French press coffee a day. I'd be sitting at home playing
Gotta
Final
stay
Fantasy.
smart.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my favorite way of drinking coffee. I love
Yeah,
French
no,
press.
I love coffee. I love all types of coffee all the time. Depends on what you have to. It's like wine. You have to be in whatever mood you're in. It's
Yeah.
Different type of coffee. Like sometimes like a good filtered coffee or
Yeah.
I was in Italy this summer, and they're very strict there. It's
Yeah.
cappuccino, not after
No.
10 or 11 in the morning.
Yeah, that's true.
Otherwise,
That's
you're
true.
like
That's what I heard.
death eyes.
Oh, there's like a time for them?
yeah,
I didn't know
no.
that.
Yeah, you-
Espressos for the afternoon is espresso. The morning you have your cappuccino with a little like pâtisserie or something, but because that's what you get. It's like having cereal. That's what they have for breakfast. They have a
Yeah.
cappuccino. They get some milk and they get a coffee. Good for the day.
Yeah,
the rest of the time is
no drink afternoon or after. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
They're really strict and yeah.
But actually, if we're going to talk about intense coffees, though, like my grandmother used to make Turkish coffee. I don't know if you've
Turkish
ever had
coffee's
that.
good.
Like,
Yeah, I
with
love
like
Turkish coffee.
way too much sugar and way too much coffee. Yeah, and when I was younger, we used to.
But it's a
she used
nice
to
way
make
to
me-
make coffee. Yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
but the first time you drink it and nobody tells you that you don't drink it all the way to the end and you take that like last
Oh.
sip, it's pretty
Yeah.
brutal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one that's cooked in like a
Yeah, like
hot sand, but
Yeah.
I tried at home like on a small burner.
Yeah.
It's really good, but you have to put it.
Oh,
Pick it up.
yeah, that's it. You
Yeah.
have to really play with it. I remember my grandmother had like this star thingy that she'd put underneath it to it would lift it up just a little bit
Really?
just to
Yeah.
get the right height. Yeah. No, that's it. When I think
All-
about
all
Turkish
different
coffee, I always
coffee.
think about my grandmother because.
Vietnamese iced coffee. Is
Oh, I
one
was
of my
gonna say,
favorite
yeah, I
coffee.
really like Vietnamese
love-
iced coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How's that
Vietnamese
different
style
from
coffee
regular-
It's with
it's-
sweetened condensed milk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
I've
never
seen that. I've
tried
never
it,
tried
but-
it.
Oh
No.
man, c'est tellement bon.
And the way
But,
that it's prepared is like it's like a slow drip
A slow drip into ice
into
and
ice and into
ice
the
cup
condensed milk. Yeah.
with sweetened condensed milk at the bottom. It's like an ice cap from Tim Hortons, but like
Mais c'est
condensed
comme un
milk instead.
cold brew ou...
No, it's not.
No,
it's not. It's like it's hot coffee that gets cooled down by the milk and the
Okay,
ice.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so refreshing in the summer. It's like
Oh, yeah, it's so good.
It's like drinking candy.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's directly pour on the...
It's so you have a cup.
Oh, it's
cup
like a
with
flash
ice
brew. Okay.
avec ton sweetened condensed milk,
Okay.
and then you sort of it's like It's like a little sort of
It's like a small
little
slow-
drip on
yeah.
top of your cup, on top of your mug, and they just pour it straight on there, and it goes. It's so good. Yeah.
I will say that when I first moved to Montreal, I was very impressed by the coffee here. And I couldn't understand why, because I was just like, well, what's the difference? I mean, like, I'm using the same beans, and then I realized maybe it's the water. I think it's the water. It's
Something in the water.
Yeah, yeah.
Something in the water in Montreal makes
Well,
your coffee.
back to the Italians.
Well,
yeah.
The Italians travel with their own little
water.
like Max.
I brought my own water.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go,
And they
I
bring their own
bring
water
my own water.
because like the old the Romans and stuff. They're like, yeah, our water's the best because it's like in
Well,
these old ass
apparently
pipes.
in Montreal, the
and
water
shit.
is bad.
Oh yeah.
it makes the coffee taste so good, though.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, I love it. When I first moved
Okay.
here, like, I was like drinking like coffee
C'est
as
tout le
like.
plomb. Tu sais, le plomb, là, dans
Oh,
les...
ouais.
c'est bon pour le café.
Lead
Ça va
is
bien.
good.
Oh, oui.
C'est comme, tu sais, c'est comme un bon fromage avec un vin. Là, tu sais, le plomb et le
le
café,
plomb, là,
ça va
c'est-
bien ensemble.
Ouais, ouais,
Like,
ouais.
I remember going to like.
Ça a l'air que c'est bon pour la santé aussi.
Oui,
non?
oui, oui, oui,
Ouais.
As good as coffee
Yeah,
is.
I remember going to Mama's Pizzeria, like an old deli. I think it's on Pine. I could be wrong, but I remember going there like 4 a.m. one day, and I just wanted a coffee and like a quick breakfast. I took a sip, and I was like, "Holy crap! This is like diner coffee, but it's delicious." And I couldn't understand it because it's just the coffee that everyone drinks, and everyone kind of takes it for granted
Diner
here.
coffee
That
is so good, man. The coffee at Beauty's is really good. Really, really good.
I like Mama's.
Yeah, all right.
Mama's.
We'll have
Mama's
to
Pizzeria.
Taste
I don't know if it's still around, but Mama, if you're still there, your pizza was so good. So was your coffee.
Nice.
Mais ouais, non. Café. Café, c'est bon.
Café, c'est bon.
Ouais.
Ouais. En fait, c'est avec ça que je commence ma journée. Là. Si je commence pas ma journée avec ça, tout le monde va le savoir.
Ouais, c'est rough, hein?
Ouais, c'est ça. Mais c'est pas juste pour ça, là, c'est pour le goût aussi. Là. Mais non, c'est ce qui... ça réveille, mais c'est pas... probablement la caféine a quelque chose à voir là-dedans. Là.
Un petit peu,
Mais un petit peu.
Ouais, un tout petit peu.
Mais ça prend ça pour, je pense, commencer avec un sourire dans le visage.
Ouais,
C'est un rituel, right?
Oui,
c'est ça,
exactement. C'est un rituel, oui.
C'est
Ah,
même-
mais tu vois,
des fois, c'est même
avant,
pas ce que tu
j'étais-
fais, c'est juste le fait que tu le fais.
Exact,
Oui, le fait de le
exact.
faire.
Oui.
Mais avant, c'était la première chose que je faisais le matin. Là, je réveillais pas les enfants, rien, c'était tasse de café, mais en tout cas, j'ai vu écouter une émission, puis le gars, il parlait qu'il faut pas boire première chose le matin. Tu devrais attendre 1h30. Fait que j'ai commencé à attendre avant
Ok.
d'avoir mon premier café. Le matin est plus pénible, mais c'est vrai que j'ai pas comme... ça t'évite d'avoir le petit drop dans l'après-midi où
Ouais.
tu n'as plus d'énergie. Là.
Ouais,
Mais en tout cas, on
ça
dirait
peut
que ça
faire
y est
ça.
moins pire, ce petit drop-là.
Non, mais
Ben,
quand,
surtout-
quand le petit drop arrive,
Ah,
tu prends un autre café.
Ouais, ben oui. So,
Ouais, après ça, tu dors
4 or
pas.
5 French press.
Yeah.
Oui.
Non, mais
Nothing-
tu vois,
nothing,
quand j'étais
pot of
jeune,
French press
je me
coffee
rappelle,
won't
là, tu sais,
help.
dans mes teen years, on était capable de boire, on buvait des cappuccinos tout le temps. Mon père avait une machine, puis
Ok.
en tout cas, c'était 10-15 par jour, là. J'exagère peut-être une petite affaire, là. Mais on était capable de dormir le soir, mais avec l'âge, tu perds cette habilité-là. C'est ça. Je bois un café dans l'après-midi, puis je fais. Je dormirai pas, là.
I got a question for all of you, so I'm going to ask you a question too. We know that Greg likes double doubles with extra sugar, right? But how else?
No,
do
just double, not extra sugar.
Well, for me, that's extra sugar.
So how do you guys like drinking your coffee? I only drink my black.
I don't drink my black unless
Black.
I'm drinking like a cortado. I like cortados or
exactly.
cappuccino or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
which obviously comes with milk. But
I love affogatos, by the way.
avocados are good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I love affogatos.
They're amazing, but it's the same for me. It's always when I do like pour over or anything like a filter coffee, black all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Except if I do like cappuccino, cortado, which I really love, or macchiato, a little bit of milk, of course. Besides that, that's it. I mean, never sugar. Sometimes I try like fancy stuff, like orange or grapefruit slices in my like underneath my filter or above
Okay.
my V60. Yeah, I try that sometimes.
You brew your coffee with oranges and like...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Just like all around the V60, put the filter. Yeah, I try that sometimes. It's good. Once I
En
tried.
dessous du filtre.
Ouais,
Et tu
comme
mets ton-
sur le
Ah.
dessus,
Mais
ouais.
c'est
Tu
comme
peux
le
mettre
petit
sur
goût
dessus aussi.
subtil ou,
Ouais, quand même. Ouais, ça donne un petit goût un peu comme acide, amer, qui est le fun un petit peu.
Ah, OK, fort qu'on
Mais
essaie
tu sais,
ça.
encore là,
ça.
ça dépend du café. Tu as un café comme on a pris aujourd'hui, c'est tellement fruité, tu pourrais juste comme le gâcher. Mais un café un peu plus classique, c'est bon, je trouve, des fois, d'être un petit...
Il faut rehausser un café
Ben, je sais
de
pas,
marde,
juste
là.
non, mais des fois, je m'amuse. J'ai déjà essayé une fois avec du poivre de Cayenne, d'essayer de faire un café assez classique, mais à le rendre un peu comme piquant. Moi, j'aime ça, tu sais. Et c'était pas un succès.
Non, mais c'est ça, c'est quelque chose qui sonne comme
vraiment
weird un peu, là.
Mais j'ai pas abandonné, je vais réessayer, mais parce que chocolat et piment fort, ça va bien ensemble. Chocolat et café, ça va ensemble. Fait que c'est sûr qu'il y a moyen de faire un espèce de café épicé qui pourrait être bon. Mais
C'est peut-être la clé du succès, le chocolat avec le piment fort, tout
mais
mélangé
des
comme...
fois, je m'amuse à faire des petits tests comme ça. Mais je t'ai pas sorti de livre de
Si
recettes.
jamais
fait que
tu
c'est pas-
réussis, là, tu nous le diras.
Ben
là.
oui,
Je serais
ben
bien
oui, ben
curieux,
oui.
parce que moi, tout ce qui est épicé, j'adore. Là.
It's not that weird, man. I had a piece of chocolate the other day that was orange and cinnamon flavored.
Orange and cinnamon?
Orange and cinnamon chocolate, and it was so like.
No, they
I've
have
had orange.
like,
I've never had cinnamon
or-
with chocolate, though.
Those are
I mean,
three
they make
flavors I never
chocolate.
thought would go well together: orange, chocolate, and cinnamon. But when I put that piece of chocolate in my mouth, it was like someone was throwing a party in there, and it was a medley of flavors, and I felt uplifted, and at the same time, I felt like I was having a delicious snack.
So I feel like in the afternoons when I have a coffee, I usually have like having a little piece of chocolate.
Yeah.
It goes really well together.
Yeah. Need a little something.
I have this friend named Renee who makes edibles for me. And he usually makes them in chocolate form. And one of my favorite things to do is to pop one in my mouth and then take a sip of like a freshly brewed cup of coffee. Because then the chocolate melts and it mixes with the flavor of the coffee. And on top of that, so it makes it a little easier to eat. And it's delicious. And at the same time, I get a nice little buzz from it.
You know what the worst thing is? A cup of coffee that's gone cold. And that you don't know that it's cold and you're expecting it to be nice and warm.
I don't know.
No,
I drink my
iced
coffee.
I like iced coffee. Iced coffee
Cold
is good.
brew?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
But genre une tasse genre de café
Oui.
tiède.
Ben,
Vraiment comme
j'aime ça quand t'es
température
pas
pièce.
trop. Oui,
Bah.
oui, mais non, parce que quand t'es trop chaude, t'as goûte pas. Quand t'as refroidi un peu, c'est sûr qu'il y a un juste milieu. Mais même des fois, t'es froide, puis là, c'est comme, c'est froid, mais t'as bois quand même. Puis tu découvres des petites saveurs qui sont le fun. Mais ouais, je peux comprendre
Ben,
Mais je pense
suis
que
pas d'accord.
l'accent qu'il faut mettre sur ce truc-là, c'est le fait que quand tu le sais pas, que c'est
oui,
vrai,
oui,
c'est là que c'est
Je suis
pas le
d'accord,
fun.
ouais,
Tu vois,
ouais,
avec
quand
les
tu sais pas.
enfants, quand j'ai eu mes enfants, j'ai comme pris l'habitude de
peux être
plus
habitué.
jamais
Ça,
boire
c'est
un
de la-
café
de la
chaud. T'avais une
résilience,
gorgée,
c'est ça,
c'était
tu sais comme-
il va être frais, mais que j'en revienne. Là.
Non, mais là, moi, je me fais des petites tasses. Genre, I put a little bit in the cup because I know that I'm going to get, like, interrupted or whatever, and it's going to ruin the whole cup. So just put a little cup, keep the rest, like, in the thermos or, like, in the
Oui.
in the whatever,
Ouais.
so it'll be always warm. So just pour, like,
Un
little,
bon truc.
little shots. Even if it's
Oui,
filtered coffee.
oui, c'est un bon truc, ça.
Je fais ça tout
C'est
le
un
temps.
débat qu'on a souvent à la maison. La blonde me dit le café, il vire tout le temps froid trop vite là, avec les enfants. Fait que, ouais.
I have a question, guys. How do y'all feel about instant coffee, like Nescafe?
Never.
Nescafé.
Yeah. Or any kind of instant coffee.
Okay,
like
no,
pre-step
that's fair.
coffee.
Actually,
See,
what
like-
I have, there's a store. We don't have it in Montreal, but there's one in Toronto. I think it's called Muji. It's a Japanese
Muji,
like it's everywhere. Like, and they make these. And there's a company actually that's from Quebec called Drip, and they make it's almost like a tea bag, but it's coffee.
Yeah.
So it's like an instant coffee. You're just adding water to it. But the coffee is actually really, really, really good.
I believe that.
Oui, c'est
How do you
possible.
feel about instant?
J'étais, at first, I was sure it was disgusting. I mean, it was like some burned coffee. But one of my good friend from 94 Celsius, he's a really good roaster, coffee roaster, amazing coffee, and he makes some instant coffee.
Yeah.
He gave me some, I tried it, and it was good. It's not the best coffee,
But it was good.
It's not as good as.
Yeah, but what was like popular back in the day? Sanka?
Not as good as Escape
Oui,
coffee.
oui.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
different.
That's
Different
terrible.
though.
I think my
Le-
uncle
le
would drink
café,
that and it was
instant
awful.
coffee.
That's like
Have been invented for a reason. It was kind of cheap and really easy to do. You can take it anywhere, and
Just add hot water.
exactly, it was
I mean,
simple.
I would drink a Nescafe
That's why
over
it
not
got,
drinking
got
any
so
coffee.
popular. It was easy and everyone could do it. You don't need a fancy machine or anything. But now you have some really good roasters that make some great. It's a good option if you go on vacation, camping,
Yeah.
hiking. you want to snort it, whatever. I mean,
What I learned is that. What I learned
I
is
had some friend in high school who was snorting. They were snorting rockets.
Rockets, I've done that
yeah.
before. Yeah, we've all done that.
well, if
No,
you,
I didn't. I was
not me.
kidding. But
I was snorting Ritalin. What? Anyway, no. What I wanted to say was instant coffee. I learned that if you ever wanted to like bake a cookie or bake a cake, but give it a coffee flavor,
Yeah.
throw an instant coffee in
yeah,
there.
yeah, of course.
yeah.
Yeah, because
definitely.
there's the taste, but
You
I
have
drink.
beans or the grain.
Actually, I drink a lot of instant coffee because I run a lot. I used to run a lot, and that's what I actually eat. Even eat some.
Yeah, instant coffee. Yeah, like you take a spoonful.
Yeah,
You're
sure.
weird, man.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
you're
know,
really
I
weird.
know.
Non, mais je comprends tout à fait.
Not
Mais
that
absolument. C'est, tu le manges,
Really
ça forme,
weird.
c'est fou, c'est soluble, tu l'as...
Ouais, pour les
Ouais.
longs, pour les long runs, là.
Ouais.
Ouais.
Oh,
Quand
oui.
tu vas courir 5-6 heures, là, tu.
So you doped, basically,
Yeah.
to run.
Actually, yeah.
You're a
Ouais.
doper.
Puis pour
Yeah.
cuisiner aussi, c'est bon. Because when you cook with it, I mean, the taste is strong. So if you take like a really fruity coffee, maybe the taste will disappear in the recipe.
yeah.
And when you take something strong, yeah.
I never really cook with coffee, to be honest. Like, I've
Fascino.
seen it, but I've never really done it.
No, cake or tiramisu or...
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
desserts,
like a
yeah,
dessert,
desserts,
yeah.
yeah,
dessert,
No, but I mean, like,
yeah.
really, like, cooked.
There's
So I see, like,
some-
ribs that were, like,
Chili.
like
My
soaked
friend-
in coffee.
From 94 Celsius, he's with another company. They made like a rub, like for
right?
yeah, for
Yeah, like a
steak
coffee,
with-
yeah, I've seen
with
that.
coffee.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
That'd be
good.
good,
It's
that'd be
really
good,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you might get me to buy some instant coffee now.
Yeah, everything.
That actually doesn't sound
Do
too
it right.
bad.
It's,
Yeah.
it's gonna be really, really.
No,
good.
you can make some really nice.
And next time I do pulled pork, I'll try with instant coffee rub on it too. Yeah, I like that.
Greg,
Throw that in the slow cooker.
Yeah.
Put a little
Greg,
coffee in there.
Greg, as someone
There you
who
go.
enjoys the double, you really shouldn't be judging instant coffee, man.
I just remember like when I was a kid, my uncle would always have. I'm pretty sure it was Sanka he'd have, and he'd like offer me a coffee, and it just tasted awful. It was gross.
Yeah, well,
It might have actually not been that bad, but in my head, it was the most disgusting thing in the world.
It's also probably how you make it. Like you could like put too much or too little, you know, in the cup.
Yeah, I
and-
just have bad memories.
I'd give it another chance, man. 21st century technology has elevated instant
yeah,
coffee.
but like now with like a Keurig every 10 feet or something like that, you don't really need to do instant coffee anymore. You just
No.
need pods and,
And
you're good to
especially
go.
in Montreal, the coffee scene is so amazing.
Exactly, yeah.
So many good roasters and coffee shops. So
Yeah.
unless you're running like this guy here.
Yeah, but you can run from one coffee shop to the
Yeah,
next.
but yeah, that's it.
But if
No
you
excuse.
need to eat instant coffee between each coffee shop, maybe you have a problem. Just maybe.
That's actually
Yeah.
one of the best things about working at your shop. That's actually one of the best things of working at Scott's shop was like literally right beside it was the Standard.
They're
Yeah.
they're not even open.
They're not even open anymore?
I don't know. They're there, but they're never open.
Okay,
But you can go up a block and there's Café Olympico,
Oh.
which is great coffee, and then like all along Séviateur, there's lots of coffee. There's
Yeah,
coffee all
there's a
over
lot of
Mile End.
coffee
There's
shop
like
in-
Yeah, or you could just come over to my house and have some
Alright.
instant coffee.
I could do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make you guys a Nescafe frappe. That was a treat in the Philippines where you had to make a frappe out of a little bit of instant coffee. It was pretty tasty.
Yeah, it was really like, I think it was like not a trend, but on Instagram or something, but like a recipe going around with instant coffee.
Yeah.
When you, yeah.
Did you? Speaking of random coffee stuff, I learned probably from Instagram actually. You know those like Starbucks like mocha or like the coffee that you buy like
Yeah,
at
the bottles, yeah.
in the bottles. Apparently, you're supposed to put that in the freezer,
Oh, it's supposed to become a frappuccino?
and it's supposed to be a frappuccino, and then it like sort of half freezes, and then when you open it, it's like a
Okay, a frappuccino?
yeah.
Oh.
That's how you're supposed to drink it.
So you're supposed to half freeze it and like
You're
shake it
supposed to
up or
put it. You're
something?
supposed to put it in your freezer for like overnight or something, and in the morning you shake it up, and it kind of has the same consistency as going
Oh,
back to
okay.
Tim's.
Ice caps.
Ice caps.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
used to love that.
Ice caps are good, but they're not.
I
Coffee.
love ice
It's
caps.
not coffee.
No, it's not coffee.
It's,
just
it's
like,
an adult slushy.
yeah.
I used to work for I used to
Yes.
work at Starbucks.
Really?
And yeah,
Without
a long time ago, I was a barista at the Granville Island Starbucks. Big up, Neil Murphy. Anyway, so I learned, and that's where I actually learned like to really appreciate espresso. Because before that, I was more, like I said, more into the French press, more into drip coffee. I wasn't really down with cappuccinos or lattes or any of that sort of stuff until I started working at Starbucks.
No,
And-
but I think Starbucks has sort of democratized coffee for the masses, for people in the suburbs and stuff. You know, like
maybe it's the only nice thing that I could say about Starbucks.
Yeah, no.
I will say this about Starbucks. One of my favorite things.
Like a $20 coffee now with the inflation or something?
When I worked there, we had this. I used to have to do the pastry order. And whenever the pastries because I would have to open the shop at 5 a.m, and we'd get this white chocolate raspberry croissant, which was so good. And we get like 5 of them every day. But somehow, sorry, Starbucks. Somehow while I was working, 3 of them would come out damaged before we opened the shop. So
that's terrible.
It happened.
Yeah, it happened. So it's like, okay, it's like I had to mark 3 of them as damaged, and it hasn't even been an hour since they got here. So yeah, I will say that, because there are great things about that was one of the things I like about Starbucks.
Is it true that this employee schedule were based on their, not their talent, but their skills too?
You know what?
I think it's like that at most jobs.
When I worked there, we were treated pretty fairly. I had a good manager, Les, and then Bob. We did have one kind of crappy one for a little bit, and I wish I could remember her name, but she wasn't very nice, and she would cut the people she didn't like.
Really?
Yeah, so I got cut a lot.
I read an article on Starbucks, and maybe I'm wrong, but maybe it's not on every Starbucks, but the schedule of the employees were made depending on their abilities to serve people in rush, and so the better you were, the more shitty shift you would get.
Well, I will say that, after working there for a while, I did get pretty good at making drinks. I remember being able, because we were a busy Starbucks, we were open at 5 because we were right by the stock market.
And did you write funny names on people's cups when
No, I didn't write funny names, but we would do things that we weren't supposed to. Like we would mix in raspberry syrup with a whipped cream, and we'd call that the Love Whip, because it would be raspberry flavored whipped cream, and you're not allowed
amazing.
Yeah, but we're not allowed to do that. Like as per the rules, we're like, guys, you can't keep on doing that. Or what else would we do?
Rebels.
That's amazing. Why couldn't you do it though?
It's
That's
amazing.
like,
punk rock,
it's
man.
amazing. Yeah.
Working for the man and just sticking it to him
by putting raspberry syrup instead of regular syrup. It would come out. It was beautiful because have you ever had coffee and raspberries?
You know what? That's kind of hit or
That'd
miss.
be good, yeah.
Because I've had some
I can't
coffee with
picture it,
raspberries and it was gross, and some other ones were okay-ish.
Oh, or a mocha with raspberry whipped cream on top of it. That was really good.
Well, I've never had raspberry whipped cream.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's amazing.
Well, if you ever get to go to Starbucks or you have a friend that works at Starbucks, you can have them. Hey, can you add in some raspberry syrup into the whipped cream? Oh, that was another. Oh man. Okay, so, no, I didn't do whippets at Starbucks. They didn't. The machines that they had didn't facilitate that kind of behavior. But sorry, Starbucks. It's been a while, so now you know all my dirty secrets.
The only funny thing like that at Starbucks never worked there, but when I used to go, let's say in Boston or New York, we go with my friends. We went for in the Starbucks, and they asked for your name, and we're like Didier, Daniel, and they were like, dear, dear.
That's funny.
And you wait, it's me. Yeah.
Oh, FYI, okay, last thing about Starbucks, I have a hack for you guys. Okay, so when I was being trained at Starbucks, the thing that they told us was that you need to ensure that Starbucks is the third place for every customer. I'm like, what the fuck is a third place?
Yeah.
So it's a place that's between home and the office, right? Mm-hmm. So in order to get what you want at Starbucks, all you need to say is that you need to go up to them and be like, I need to use your washroom. Sorry, sir, it's for customers only. You're ruining my third place, guy. You're ruining my third place. Do you really want the district manager to find out that you ruined my third place? I need to use that washroom. And more often than not, they have to do it. I don't know if that's still possible, but 20 years ago, that's the way it worked.
Okay, so everybody go to Starbucks, don't buy anything, and go to the bathroom and say that.
Yeah, and just say that you're ruining.
It's my third place.
Don't flush and use a lot of paper or flush the brown paper.
Yeah. Or that's it. Stuff the toilet with tons of paper, then flush.
Or if
12 times and run out.
If you're a junkie, avoid the Granville Island Starbucks because they put blue lights. They put black lights in there. So just saying, if you're a junkie, because you're not going to be able to find any privacy.
Okay.
Well, Do it in the
Do it right outside of the Starbucks.
yeah.
Do it.
While you're ordering.
Do it at the cash.
Exactly. Help bring
Yeah.
down property values by just doing shooting that smack right at the cash.
Yeah, that's
Bon.
good. But don't go to Starbucks.
Yeah, but don't
No.
go to Starbucks.
No.
Yeah, bad Starbucks.
I got nothing against. You know what? Yeah, okay. You know what?
I have issues with like overly expensive coffees. I don't know. Like if at least it wasn't going to this big corporation, it'd
Like
be
Tim
cool.
Hortons.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but they're charging me $2 for a coffee.
Yeah.
But
For like a
they
pitcher
make
of coffee.
a shit load of profit on your tube.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
And like the quality has been going down like steadily.
Oh, really?
I find, yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
on blind taste tests, McDonald's coffee is actually preferred to.
You know what? For the longest
Tim
time, I
Hortons.
wanted
What
to be
I heard,
anti-McDonald's, but it's actually it is good.
Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, maybe someone will correct me in the comments.
Look in the comments.
Yeah, but I heard that McDonald's bought, I'm not sure who, but someone in the... Je vais le dire en français. Ils ont acheté quelqu'un dans la
comprends
chaîne
rien.
d'approvisionnement de Tim Hortons pour leur café.
Ah, ok.
Fait en fait, ils ont fait sûr que le café de Tim Hortons, il était juste moins bon.
Ah.
Fait qu'ils ont pas rendu leur café meilleur, ils ont juste
tous les autres moins
Rendu
bons.
les autres
moins
moins
bon. Puis ça a du sens parce que
That's
Tim
smart.
Hortons, quand ils ont sorti leur torréfaction foncée, là, ils ont pas fait ça parce que leur café était meilleur en le torréfiant foncé. Ils l'ont juste plus brûlé parce qu'il était pas bon puis il y avait plus de défauts à gâcher. Quand
Puis c'était pour compétitionner avec McDo qui avait un café plus foncé aussi, je pense.
Oui, mais ultimement, si tu as un café qui est pas bon, puis tu veux cacher les défauts, tu le brûles plus. La torréfaction, plus tu sais, un café de spécialité, plus que. Dans le fond, ton but, c'est juste de faire sortir les arômes, donner un profil de saveur, puis tu le mettre en valeur. Mais si tu le brûles, tu sais, t'as beau t'acheter un steak à 120$, tu le mets sur le barbecue, puis tu le brûles comme du charbon,
Ouais,
là, comme de la cendre.
Parce que quand tu le fais en masse comme ça, c'est plus facile d'être uniforme.
Exactement, faut que tu sois uniforme
dégueulasse.
cette année, l'année prochaine, à l'autre bout du Canada, partout, tout le temps la même recette.
Ouais.
Sauf que si là, tu as un café, ton approvisionnement, ton café il est moins bon, faut que tu le brûles plus. C'est ma théorie. Peut-être que
C'est
j'ai
plus facile
tort.
de tout le manquer.
Oh, ben, je pense que t'as
Exactement.
raison.
Oui.
T'as raison.
Oui.
Fait que là, on est dessus sur un truc de conspiration. Puis,
Je sais
parce
pas,
qu'on peut
non.
continuer.
C'est
Moi,
un
ça-
complot.
Ben, je pense pas que c'est un complot. Je me dis, c'est tellement des grosses business. Puis c'est sûr qu'il y a du marketing parce que ils disent, même McDo, que torréfaction supérieure, ça veut rien dire. C'est juste du marketing. Mais pour monsieur, madame, tout le monde, d'un, ils s'en crissent. Il y a bien du monde qui va écouter, je m'en calisse. Mais
Non, mais
Ouais,
supérieur,
McDo,
c'est
il y a
bien
une pièce
mieux.
le café.
oui, non,
Ouais,
c'est ça.
non.
Sauf que c'est juste de la grosse marde. Il n'y a rien de bon dans leur café ou dans leur bouffe. Là, ça reste. C'est pas de la qualité pour rien.
Ouais. Mais tu peux aller n'importe où, puis ça va être aussi dégueulasse.
Ouais.
Ça va
Oui,
coûter
exactement.
pareil.
Oui,
Ouais.
oui, non, c'est sûr, c'est sûr.
Ça,
c'est sûr.
c'est le business model.
Oui,
ouais,
pour
c'est
le
ça.
monde basic, c'est parfait.
Ouais.
C'est pas. Bon,
Ouais.
hey, je m'excuse.
Non, non, mais t'as raison.
C'est correct.
Ah, t'es donc ben snob, toi.
Je suis snob sur d'autres affaires. Fait que
Ah,
c'est
ok,
correct.
c'est correct, c'est bon,
On a
ça.
chacun notre petite niche là, sur les affaires qu'on aime. Là.
That's it. We're
Ouais.
all snobs in one way or another. in
Oui,
something.
oui, oui, absolument. Oui, moi, c'est le café.
We're gear
puis-
snobs,
ouais.
right?
Ouais.
Yeah.
On a un petit problème,
Non.
nous, de gear.
Oui.
Ça se voit- je sais pas si ça se voit ici, là, mais moi,
Ben, ça fait
Raph
du
et
beau
Mark,
gear,
les
ouais.
trois guitaristes, là, on est tout le temps genre... à chaque jour, on s'envoie genre au moins 2-3 postings sur Facebook Marketplace là, d'un...
The gear chat.
He's like, we have a gear
Ouais,
chat,
ouais,
and
ouais.
it's like, yeah, that's a...
Aviez-vous trippé sur les 51-50 dans le temps qu'ils faisaient?
Moi, ça n'a jamais été mon son.
Non? Non, c'est vrai que c'était peut-être plus
Moi,
hardcore
un petit peu
metal.
plus métal,
ouais,
un peu
ouais,
plus moi.
Ouais, mais tu sais,
Moi,
moi,
mon-
ça me fait penser plus comme à tu sais, des
5150s,
bandes Pennywise, des affaires
Ouais.
plus métal, vraiment,
yeah.
là, sec.
I
Là.
like 5150s.
Mais ça avait son son.
Ouais.
Sérieusement, là, c'est très cool
Je sais
comme
que les
ampli. là.
guitaristes avec qui j'étais, ils trippaient là-dessus.
Ben,
là,
tu sais, je
puis-
connais
ouais.
Jeff Stinko de Simple Plan.
Ok.
Puis lui, je pense qu'il trippe. Ça, c'est son jam un peu
Ok.
là, pour des choses. Mais pour moi, là, mon ampli de rêve, c'était un JCM 800. Quand j'étais jeune, puis j'allais à tous les shows genre.
Mais c'est le classique pour
de,
le
de
punk,
là,
le
dans les
rock,
années
tout.
genre fin
Là.
90, début 2000, là, il y avait tout un 800.
T'en as-tu?
Puis là, boom.
T'en as un?
Ouais, right in front of you, right there.
Ah, ben oui.
From the 80s.
Nice.
Puis c'est ça. C'est ça qui est cool aussi avec quand on est plus vieux maintenant. Tu sais, on a tous
Puis on a
des...
du gear qui a de qualité.
ouais,
là.
Ouais,
oui,
c'est ça,
c'est
tu sais,
ça.
on a un peu plus d'argent pour pouvoir comme s'acheter du gear que d'allure.
Ouais.
Ah, parce que
it's
Kids
like-
jouait avec un Bandit 65, là, tu sais, un ampli que j'avais payé 75$. Ça faisait la job, mais
It's like-
à cette heure,
yeah.
c'est ça sonne plus
Now
aussi bien.
we appreciate
C'est
tone
oui,
more
oui.
than
Yeah,
we used to when we were kids.
that's true.
When
Well,
it was just noise.
yeah, that's true. I
Metal
mean,
zones and PV amps.
I
Grunge
was-
distortion. I used to
Grunge?
think that was
Is
the
that-
most
was that a
amazing
DOD?
distortion.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was
J'avais
DOD.
une
Yeah.
Metal
There's
Zone.
a
Je pense que j'en ai
thrash
encore quelque
punk
part dans
one,
mon
those
sol.
pink.
là.
I had that one.
You got-
Oh,
It's
yeah.
terrible.
You
But
got-
the grunge was basically a metal zone
You guys
with
are
like
crazy.
a different EQ curve on it.
the grunge was not the best of those pedals. From that
Oh, it
line.
was terrible.
The best one was the
But I
punk-
thought it was cool.
The best one was the Punkifier.
Yes.
There was a pedal called the Punkifier.
Actually,
Really?
it was a
Nice
grunge
name.
pedal.
as well.
You have to have it. I mean,
As soon
just-
as you
Are
put
there
it
any
on your
good?
board,
Are
you
there
were
any
punk.
good DOD
Yeah.
pedals? Like the metal zone, I think has its own niche now, and like a lot of people are even using it now because it's it's
Well,
that
Well,
nostalgic.
I see a lot of people that use it for like
you can-
they'll like double track their guitars and
Yeah.
they'll do one track with that and then one track with a real amp and it adds that little buzzsaw, type noise.
But I've never seen anyone use it.
I
as
read
DOD.
somewhere that Graham
Actually,
Coxon from
recently.
Blur used to actually he was either using the grunge or the Punkifier around the
no, those
the-
are exactly the same pedal.
one of them
DOD was like-
one of them was a
no.
fuzz, one of them was a distortion.
No, they were all distortions. DOD was infamous for like reusing the same circuits and just putting a new label on it. There, it's a
Anyway,
different pedal.
so I heard Graham Coxon from Blur used to use them, and I think he used them on the album with song 2 on it and Beetlebum. I think that was a
The big
self-titled
one there.
Yeah, there's a big
Yeah.
one. So all the distortion from there, I believe, was from either the grunge or the punkifier. I just want to have a punkifier because I need to become punk, right? I
Yeah.
can't be punk without a punkifier.
You
You don't need to turn it on. You just need it on your board.
I just need it on my
Yeah.
board. Doesn't even need to be plugged in. People need to see that I'm punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should strap it, like tape it to your guitar,
Yeah.
and then sometimes just smack it.
It turns it on.
On hand.
But no, we
No,
are.
just put it there. You don't plug it, and when you start,
even-
you
that would be super
wait, guys,
cool, man.
I'm just gonna start my punkifier.
Exactly. Just
Push it, and
It's like
That's what
instant
you should
punk.
do. You should have a show and like just put a bunch of pedals in front of you
Yeah.
on the show, but don't plug them in. Just have them right there. Some people will be
Just
like,
keep
"Well, look
stepping
at
on
those
them."
pedals." No, I don't have to step on them.
No,
Just have
just
them
to
there.
make it look
Just
like-
there.
Do you know
Try
what
to kind
I-
of like
Yeah,
rat trap, so you like, kind
you
of have
play
to
it,
avoid
you
them
just
as you're
push
jumping around
everywhere.
the
Yeah,
stage.
just constantly switch that.
Do you know what I love going to shows where the guitar players are clearly like gear nerds, and so like when they bring out like their massive pedal board, all the people who are like just fucking into like looking at different pedals will like immediately rush to the stage just to look at what kind of distortion is he playing.
Yeah, but pedals are amazing.
Oh, what's his
like-
face? Yes, I love that.
It's a
dude.
drug,
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
pedals, man, and I love gear. What
well,
can I
it's the
say?
same thing for me when I go somewhere and it's a nice coffee machine or coffee set.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Nice.
No, but like I started building pedals maybe 10 years ago, and like it's literally a drug. Like I would build pedals, try them once, and then just put them on the shelf, and
Hey, we all
never
have to
talk
have
about it again.
hobbies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to plug that Weber FX. We are building a Beauregard distortion overdrive pedal.
really?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. We actually have three. We have 3 prototypes right
We're
now.
working on different things.
Yeah,
So that's gonna be our merch table. It's
yeah.
gonna,
It's gonna be our
pedals.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
on the
coffee. We were thinking of branding on coffee
Yeah.
and having coffee and pedals and maybe a T-shirt.
And the
I think that could be a good idea.
yeah, and you know what? Like they are priced for the budget conscious, I believe. So like they're not like I remember seeing Boris come to town, and they were selling the Waza fuzz, the Wata fuzz. They were selling it for like I think like $500.
Yeah,
And I was
that's
like
a lot of
that. I mean, like I could see that for a boutique pedal, right?
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, imagine going to a show and liking the guitar player's tone so much, and you go to the merch table, and like they're selling the pedal that the guitar player is using for like $100.
$49.95. You can sound like they're on stage.
Exactly. Well, there you go.
And like hand built in Quebec
Yeah, by Weber FX.
by Weber FX. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, on the border of
Try
Quebec.
the new Tim Horton.
Hey, I'm still in Quebec. Okay.
It's okay.
So you do that for a living?
No, not at all. It's my hobby.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a nice hobby.
Oh, it was an amazing hobby. Like for years, in other bands that I have, like I literally paid for our jam space by selling pedals. So
amazing.
basically, I would just break even selling a couple pedals every month, and so it was like jamming for free. It's amazing.
Best fuzz pedal I've ever used is actually made by Greg. My trusted Big Muff finally kicked the bucket, and I was thinking about a kind of fuzz pedal. What kind of fuzz pedal I was going to buy. And then this guy's like, hey, you should try this out. I'm like, okay, sure. And I plug it in and it blew my mind. Literally, like, I am 100% behind WebRFX.
Yeah.
Not just saying that
thank you.
because he's in my band. And he's going to make pedals for us.
Yeah.
They're actually good.
No, they're not bad. Like, I've been doing it for a while. Even the bass pedal
He's so
I use.
modest.
I know. Like, shut up, man. Just be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah. Don't be proud about your coffee, but be proud of it.
Yeah,
There
you can
go.
keep that
See?
Tim Hortons stuff
His
to
bad
yourself.
coffee taste makes up. He makes up for it in there.
No. Remember, there's no judgment here. This is a judge-free zone.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's like anything, you know, like he does. You know, you always need to like the fancy thing. You know, sometimes it's nice to like the old decrepit, disgusting guitar rather than the $3,000 Les Paul.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He pointed to
There's nothing
mine
cool
when he
about
said that. Mine's
That's
not
me.
free.
That's so
Well, yeah,
me.
that's true. There's a coincidence. There's a Les Paul right there.
Yeah.
All right,
But
guys.
you guys can't see it.
I think it's all for the show, but
Surprise.
no,
Who's coming out?
Who's
no,
thinking a
there's no surprise. I just want you to plug the band and where we can follow you and everything. That
Beauregard.
oui.
Point. Il y a un
Dot.
point
Yeah.
ouais, ça,
Ouais,
c'est
c'est
très
vrai.
important.
J'étais pas sûr. Il y a un point. hein.
Ouais, I don't know why we started with that. But we ouais,
C'est
c'est un
c'est
B
comme,
minuscule.
c'est comme proper. Il y a un point aussi, je pense.
I think I mean I think the idea a little bit is to sort of
Make
so
it
when
a
you
s-
put it in,
So it's a statement.
we'll come up and not like all the other people,
Yeah.
Beauregard, whatever. So
Yeah.
it's all marketing. The marketing department told us to do it, and like
smart.
we had
Also,
to do it.
it's cool. It looks cool, man.
Yeah,
I like
why
it.
not? It's
I think
dot.
it's a little pretentious, yes, but I like it.
Why not?
I mean, I'm a little pretentious, so.
So yeah, Beauregard MTL.
.bandcamp.com.
No.
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
go there too. Yeah,
Yeah, you can go
sure.
there.
But I don't know. Go to Spotify and stream our music because then we get like a penny for every like
Yeah.
1,000 streams we get. So
Didn't we make like $7 in the
we've
last statement?
made $8 something.
$8
dollars.
something.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think.
$8. So we've gone
That's
up
right.
by a couple
You know
cents.
what?
You're officially artist.
A
You're getting
coffee at
paid.
Starbucks. Yeah, there you go. See ya.
With some love
Yeah,
cream.
With some love cream.
With some Love Whip.
Love
Whip.
Love Whip. Yeah.
Love
You can find us on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. YouTube are up there. Spotify, Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. Yeah.
If you,
Yeah, why not?
if
You can try. You can
just
try.
Google
I mean-
Beauregard MTL, and
Yeah.
I don't know, there's probably like the link tree there, and you
Yeah,
can
there's
see all the links.
there's a link tree on our
Yeah, yeah.
Instagram. So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
find us on
Facebook,
Instagram.
I don't know. All the
You can
stuff.
add Scott too. He wants as many followers as he possibly can.
OK. T'avais plus de monde dans sa cour.
Add me too, by the way.
C'est ça.
Start following me, guys. No, follow Greg. And Jerome.
Of course.
Don't write me.
Tout le monde.
Yeah.
Tout le monde.
But
You can find us in the streets, man.
yeah.
That's where we are. We're in the streets.
If you see us in the streets, come and say hi. Come and say hi. Scott will buy you a beer.
Sure, why not?
And Jerome will buy you dinner.
No, Jerome will give you instant coffee for you to chew.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you say hi to Greg,
Hey, just
he'll
try.
probably give you a high 6. Oh, I'm trying to make that a thing now, by the way. Not a high 5, it's a high 6. So it's... Wait, let me show you. So can you put the mic in my mouth?
This is really good for a podcast, by the way.
It's high 5 with a fist bump and a thumbs up.
Oh,
That's a high
wow.
6. So high 6. Yeah.
Extra germ transmission. That's
J'aime
perfect.
ça. C'est hot.
Right.
Wow.
Yes, high 6.
All right. Ben, hey, merci beaucoup, guys.
Ouais, merci à toi.
Ça fait
Ah,
plaisir.
Thanks for the
Ah,
coffee.
belle soirée, ça fait
Yeah.
plaisir. Ça fait
Oui,
plaisir.
oui. Non, c'était le fun. T'en reviendras, là?
We'll,
Ah, ben, ouais.
we'll be up for the next 6 hours.
Yeah,
so.
Oui.
Can
Cool.
say-
Oh, good, so I don't have to go to bed before going to work.
Oui. Puis pour nous, en fait, moi, Punk Latté Podcast sur Instagram, Facebook, sur dubruitamesoreilles.com. Tous les liens sont là. Patreon, si vous voulez mon podcast, du bruit à mes oreilles, du crime à mes oreilles. Tout est là dans le même package. Gâtez-vous. Faites-vous plaisir en me faisant plaisir. Merci.
Right on.
Peace.